Republicans claim to be very concerned about babies. Yeah, we need to have more babies, right? More babies. We got a baby problem. Okay, we're not having enough. We gotta pump up them numbers. Okay, and it's funny because they're doing that as they slash healthcare for pregnant people. For example, Trump's big nasty bill had gutted Medicaid by about $1 trillion. Okay, healthcare for the poor. So Republicans, you got to understand, Republicans, their policies are actually very anti-family. They don't want people to have families. They do not want people to have babies. Okay, that is the reality. Because ignore what they say, look at what they do. And a great example of how Republicans hate babies and families is in Mississippi, where health officials have had to declare a public health emergency, citing the state's rising infant mortality rate. That is the level of babies that are dying. Okay. According to data by KFF News, 57% of the births in Mississippi were covered by Medicaid in 2023. And as I just mentioned, Trump's big, beautiful bill signed by Republicans, championed by Republicans, guts Medicaid. So 57% of people will lose their health care, their health insurance. Now, State Health Officer Dr. Dan Edney had wrote about this. Families are losing their babies before their first birthday. We cannot and will not accept these numbers as our reality. Declaring this a public health emergency is more than a policy decision. It is an urgent commitment to save lives. Mississippi has the knowledge, the resources, and the resilience to change this story. Sure, yes, you have all those things, but one thing you do also have is Republican leadership, and that is exactly why you will not turn this around. Look, in 2024, the state's health department revealed that year, the overall infant mortality rate in Mississippi increased to 9.7 deaths per 1,000 live births. Since the year 2014, 3,527 babies had died in the state before even reaching their first year. And you're not going to be shocked here, okay, that the numbers of infant mortality, the infant mortality numbers, differ starkly among racial groups. The data shows that the Black infant mortality rate in Mississippi was about twice as high as the mortality rate for white infants in 2024. Congenital malformations, preterm birth, low birth weight, and sudden infant death syndrome happen to be the leading cause of Mississippi's infant deaths. Now, Dr. Edney said, look, the best way to reduce that is to have better maternal health care. You know, make sure that the women, pregnant people, have health care. Well, yes, that's the most logical thing that you could say. Okay, because it's true. It's true. Look, I don't understand how people could disagree with that. Yeah, if you have people getting maternal health care, then yes, it's going to lead to better outcomes. It's going to lead to healthier pregnancies and healthier births. And that's it. That's the reality. Okay. Now, Edney writes that means better access to prenatal and postpartum care, stronger community support, and more resources for moms and babies. Healthy women of childbearing age are more likely to have healthy pregnancies, which in turn lead to healthier babies. Now, look, of course, here's the thing. Medical racism. You have misogynoir, okay? That is a very significant issue in our healthcare system. Black mothers do not have the resources that they need to have healthy pregnancies. That's it. And you know what? The GOP's cuts to the federal health programs have not helped. In fact, they will make the issue worse. And they know that. I'm pretty sure they know that. And not only that, but earlier this year, the Trump administration asked the team behind the Pregnancy Risk Assessment Monitoring Program, or PRAMS, which operates under the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and maintains a data set on U.S. births for OBGYN research, according to MedPage Today. All 17 members of that group received a reduction in force notice and were put on administrative leave until June 2nd. So experts who spoke to the health news site had emphasized the program's importance as a vital resource for research and said that losing access to the surveillance data would be absolutely devastating. Well, there you go. Dr. Sinhu Rinovis, sorry, some of the names I have difficulty with. That's the president of the Society for Maternal Fetal Medicine told MedPage Today that data from PRAMS is critical because it allows us to monitor and understand emerging issues that impact maternal and child health outcomes. It will take all of us, policymakers, healthcare providers, communities, and families working together to give every child the chance to live, thrive, and celebrate their first birthday, said Edney. Yes, this is true. The only problem here is that, once again, you're dealing with Republicans in a red state, meaning that there is no political will to fix this problem. Look, for every claim that Republicans are the party of family values and party of family, their actions on things like healthcare, prenatal care, parental leave, vaccination, the support of pregnant women, and the children after they're born, like with welfare programs, all of that shows you that they're completely full of crap. Republicans are not the party of family values. They actually hate families. They have made this country incredibly hostile to families. Their policies are very anti-family. In fact, the only group of people that Republican policies really support are rich people. That's it. So, knowing that, I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons the birth rate in this country has plummeted. Okay? Doesn't have anything to do with feminism. Just nobody wants to bring kids into this society where you have fascist authoritarian leaders that have taken away people's rights over their own body, women's rights over their own bodies. Then you, of course, have climate change. Okay? That's a problem. You have the just complete inaffordability of basic things like, I don't know, healthcare, shelter, food. And you wonder, again, why the birth rate has plummeted. People want to have families. It's true. It is a literal biological urge to want to procreate. But then people, they look at the situation and they go, oh, no. Oh, there's no damn way that I'm going to put us or my child through this crap. But here's the thing. Republicans, they're only pushing for more births because it is a way for them to take control of women. If you take away bodily autonomy, it makes it very easy to trap women into poverty, to make them dependent on men, weak men, by the way. Because if you were a strong person, a real strong man, then you would not need to trap a woman in poverty. They would want to be with you. I mean, it's just really, it is so obvious why they're doing the things that they're doing and what their problems really are. Okay? They want to make women dependent on men so that they can never leave. Because they're afraid that they bring nothing to the table, these men. That's the reality. And look, if women or babies die as a result of this push, well, they don't care. They don't care because, you know, at the end of the day, it was never, ever about being pro-life. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, become a member
on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.